Trump rally continues across markets. India records longer queues as new notes is introduced. Plus, Ghana receives bids for its first 10-year domestic bond. Hello and welcome to Business Incorporated. Many thanks for joining us. I am Bolaji Akinwale. Okay, let's begin with the stock markets in Asia, where the stocks in Shanghai entered a bull market, but other Asian markets started on Friday as the rally in the dollar following Donald Trump's win in the U.S. presidential election dampened demand for emerging market assets. The Shanghai Composite ended up 0.78% at 3,195.88, while the Shenzhen Composites finished also in the green, 0.5%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index shed 1.45% in afternoon trade. The Nikkei 225 was up 0.18% at 17,374.79. In Australia, the benchmark ASX 200 closed up 0.9%, driven by its heavily weighted financial sub-index, which was up 2.86%. Okay, we will get reactions from the European markets in a bit, but let's move on to the U.S. markets, where equities closed mixed on Thursday as investors repositioned their portfolios following the presidential election. Jill Maladrino is VOA's business correspondent in New York City, and she joins us on the program. Jill, thank you so much for your time. Now, Americans are still in the process of digesting the historic surprise election results, which yielded Republican Donald Trump as the winner. What are market reactions and what are traders watching going forward?
Certainly, the surge in equities has been stunning. In fact, the Dow Jones Industrial Average soared more than 250 points late Thursday, posting a new all-time high closing record and stretching its winning week to 4 up sessions. We're up nearly 1,000 points over the last 4 days, and that's not including the bounce from the overnight futures drop on election night. That's the best 4-day point gain since it climbed 1,174 points in the 4-session stretch ending in November 2008. And as expected, the sectors like financials, energy, and healthcare have led the way with the rebound because Trump aggressively campaigned on deregulation of the Dodd-Frank Act, drilling, and Obamacare. Most industrial metals rallied on speculation that commodities used to build everything from airports to bridges will benefit under Trump's presidency and infrastructure build-out, which will most likely get approval as the Senate and House are now aligned.
Now, do you expect the euphoria to continue?
Well, markets cannot simply go up every single day. In fact, futures are down about 11 points this morning, and perhaps there is some profit taking. There will be pockets of volatility as the markets digest Trump's new domestic and foreign policy initiatives, the Fed, interest rate cycles, inflation growth, and the natural ebbs and flows of the economic cycle. Although early market strength after the election is rare and it caught many of us off guard, there is virtually no sign that it means much longer-term positive or negative. For longer-term returns, you need to remember to continue to focus on valuation and fundamentals. At the end of the day, corporate America is adaptable. Over the past 80 years, many disruptive policies have come and gone, such as recessions, periods of high inflation. Through it all, S&P 500 companies have grown profits by an average of 8% annually.
So, Jill, what pockets of the market could see weaknesses?
Auto suppliers are a group we may see under pressure because they have exposure to NAFTA, and Trump is intent on dismantling or restructuring of NAFTA and other trade agreements, and that would have far-reaching repercussions for the auto industry because 5 million vehicles are imported and exported between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. So companies like Delphi, Magna International, Borg Warner, they're examples of stocks that have the most exposure to that. Now, interestingly, the tech-heavy NASDAQ was held down by weakness in Apple, internet names like Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and the semiconductor index. Perhaps that could be attributed to Trump wanting to repatriate U.S. money and assets back from overseas, where many tech companies have massive operations.
Now, finally, what is the general mood in New York City like with Trump as the new president-elect?
Well, certainly there were lots of people in shock, and of course you've heard about protests around some of the major cities. The fact of the matter is this was a highly charged election, but the democratic process played out fair and square, and this is what Americans have fought for, and what we are most proud of, especially as today is the Veterans Day holiday in the States.
All right, thank you so much, Jill Malandrino, VOA business correspondent reporting from New York City.